Alright, what is up, you guys? I'm here with the Raw 20th Anniversary Collection 12-disc set, including 20 of the greatest episodes of Raw, uncut and unedited. It's unedited for the most part. Obviously, you have your Chris Benoit edits, some music edits, but for the, other than that, these episodes are pretty much intact. But when this one came out, in 2013, I think it was November of 2013, this was one of the few DVDs I stood in line for at Best Buy, and I just could not wait for this one. And this one is truly one of the greatest wrestling DVDs ever made. It really is. So, on the front here you have Raw 20, the 20th Anniversary Collection, and it is like a shiny, glossy finish, and it is embossed a little bit there. So, very cool package artwork. And there's your spine. Very reflective. You can see the light there. I'm trying my best to keep that out of it. Then you have the top. So, on the back here, what we have, you have Mankind up there winning the WWE title. And we have a list of some of the episodes on here. The highest rated Raw. You have WrestleMania Raw. The simulcast. Just everything like that. This has a total of 31 hours when it comes to the runtime. And this one is hosted by Michael Cole and the Bellas. And I'll show you more of that then. And it just kind of lists some of your superstars that are included. And just some different screenshots. But, let's get right into this, because this is a really exciting set. And I'll put that, let's put that there. Alright, so, and we'll put it there. This one has a white background this time. Same backing. But this one basically has a digibook format, which I love. Really glad they did that. But when you open it up here, you have I believe that's the Raw 1000 set. I believe. But, it's the set. I think the Pyro is from Raw 1000. If not, it's just from another generic episode. Because obviously they did change the Titatron stage to the kind of generic one, and then they transferred that over to pay-per-view, and luckily we don't see this stage anymore. But yeah, still a cool picture. Alright, so disc 1, we have Raw Facts and Figures hosted by Michael Cole and the Bella Twins. That is really all we see of Michael Cole and the Bella Twins, thankfully. But it's just kind of like a little kind of mini vignettes or featurettes, whatever you want to call them. We have championships, commentators, the cities and states, the talk shows, specialty matches, the celebrities that have appeared on Raw, international Raws, sayings, ring announcers, the attendances, and most matches. That one just talks about the most matches by different superstars. Alright, so continuing on to disc 1 here, we have 2 episodes. We have Monday Night Raw, and it gives you the logo too, which I'll show you how it changes later on, which is nice. For Monday Night Raw, episode 17, May 17th of 1993. This was when the 1-2-3 Kid beat Razor Ramon, which back then was very uncharacteristic, because Raw was made to sell the pay-per-view. That's where the superstars were made to look good, and then the pay-per-views where the superstars clashed. Continuing on here, we have Raw 174, September 6, 1996. So we did skip 3 years, but it is what it is. It's not featuring every year here, even though it is the 20th anniversary. They do skip a few years. But this one saw the WWE title with Shawn Michaels and Goldust. And you had the Intercontinental Championship tournament there. Quarterfinal matches. And the Pug versus Mankind. So, Yeah, and then you have Yokozuna over here, which is really cool. And the disc art, I'll show you, it's all the same. All the changes is the number at the bottom, but kind of generic. But I don't think you really need anything more for the disc art, so it does what it has to. Alright, so there you have Hulk from Legion of Doom. Alright, so disc 2, we have Monday Night Raw, 198, February 24th, 1997. You had the Godwins versus the New Blackjacks, Sonny and Marlena in the ladies arm wrestling match, Goldust and Savio Vega. The Legion of Doom versus the Headbangers, and this was your ECW invasion because we had Tommy Dreamer versus Devon Dudley, Taz versus Mikey Whipwreck, and then your main event was Undertaker versus Farouk. And then Raw 199, February 26th, 1997. We have Bret Hart versus Triple H, Rocky Maivia versus Vader, Psycho Sid versus Mankind, Stone Cold interview, and then Owen Hart versus the British Bulldog, European title. Disc 3, you have Stone Cold stunning McMahon there, very famous shot. So, disc 3, we have episode 219. As you can see, it's a Raw is War logo now. From 97, you had Farouk versus Goldust, and then you had Brian Christopher versus Brian Welsh, light heavyweight title, Vader and Ken Shamrock, and the flag match, the Hart Foundation versus Stone Cold Steve Austin, Dude Love, and The Undertaker. Continuing on here, we have Rocky Maivia versus Ahmed Johnson, Legion of Doom versus the Nation of Domination, Owen Hart and Brian Pillman, Triple H, or Hunter Hearst Helmsley, versus Cactus Jack, Falls Count Anywhere match, and then Bret the Hitman Hart versus Goldust. And then we have Disc 4, Episode 255 and 293. We have Stone Cold settles his issues with Mr. McMahon. And then we had Stone Cold Steve Austin versus Mr. McMahon for the WWE title as your main event. And down here we have your famous The Rock versus Mankind WWE title match, which was spoiled on Nitro, which backfired anyway, so. But, yeah, so there's a lot of Ruthless Aggression on here. You can see, not Ruthless Aggression, Attitude Era on here. Not enough Ruthless Aggression, actually, which we'll get to that then. But, you know, a lot of 99, 98, 97. Disc 5, we have 304 and 311, so not much of a gap there. And this one, we had the Greenwich Street Fight, Shane McMahon versus X-Pac. And then Paul White versus Stone Cold is your main event. Disc 5 continuing, we have Billy Gunn and Kane, Big Boss Man and Test. And then your special guest referee, Shawn Michaels, with Undertaker, Triple H, and Shane McMahon versus Stone Cold, The Rock, and Mr. McMahon. And then we have Edge. Continuing on, Disc 6, we have The Rock there. You have Chris Jericho and Big Show. The Rock and Stone Cold Steve Austin versus The Undertaker and Kane. And this was from 2001, obviously. And this was your simulcast when WWF bought out WCW. So a very historic moment. It was also the week before WrestleMania 17. So here we have Raw Roulette with a Raw is War logo. So that's a little mistake there. We had Lita and Victoria still cage match. Matt Hardy and Christian versus Bubba Ray Dudley and Garrison Cade. Goldberg and Triple H. And then Evolution versus Shawn Michaels and Chris Jericho. So, next up, Disc 7 is Raw Homecoming. So, just in case you don't have that one, You can also get it on here. And we have Kurt Angle and Shawn Michaels there. So, you had Piper's Pit with Mick Foley. Kurt Angle versus Shawn Michaels, 30-minute Iron Man match. And we do have the beautiful Ruthless Aggression era Raw logo. You had your Bra and Panties match. You had your SmackDown 6-man match. And then John Cena versus Eric Bischoff for the WWE title. Continuing on, we have the 15th anniversary of Raw. December 10th, 2007. And then you have your late Ruthless Aggression logo there. You have Hornswoggle and Hulk Hogan. And Jeff Hardy and Carlito, ladder match for the IC title. RVD versus Santino Marella. Evolution reunion. Battle Royal. And then your main event was Mr. McMahon announcing the greatest superstar in Raw history. Not a match main event, but it's a main event segment. So, yeah. Alright, disc 9. We have the 2008 King of the Ring. You have CM Punk and Chris Jericho there. So we had all your first round matches. And then your semifinals with... and then you had Hillary Clinton versus Barack Obama. So, yeah. But you had CM Punk and William Regal, King of the Ring final. And then 8-man tag match. Triple H, John Cena, Undertaker, and Kane versus Randy Orton, JBL, Edge, and Chavo Guerrero. So, yeah. Disc 10. I believe this was... Yeah, this was after Trump had bought Monday Night Raw. Episode 838. You had Chris Jericho and Rey Mysterio for the Intercontinental title. You had Tommy Dreamer versus Christian, ECW Championship match. Fatal 4-Way for the WWE title. John Cena, Triple H, Randy Orton, and Big Show. Triple threat match for the World Heavyweight title. CM Punk, Jeff Hardy, and Edge. And then your 10-man Battle Royal. The winner faces the WWE Champion at the Bash. So, there you have Triple H during his entrance. Disc 11 here. You have John Cena. This was when they went to Madison Square Garden. You had The Miz versus MVP. Melina and Alicia Fox for the Divas title. Evan Bourne versus Jack Swagger. And then Chris Jericho and Big Show versus John Cena and The Undertaker versus D-Generation X. And we have another 2010 one here. Yep. This was your WrestleMania Rewind night. John Cena versus Big Show. Shawn Michaels and Chris Jericho. Triple H and Randy Orton. And then Kofi Kingston versus Batista. And then the official WrestleMania contract signing of Bret Hart and Mr. McMahon. And finally, Disc 12. We have 2 episodes here. We have Raw Roulette, which was Kane and CM Punk. We have Big Show and Del Rio, Steel Cage. Rey Mysterio and The Miz versus Alex Riley and Jack Swagger. And then John Cena versus R-Truth in your tables match, which of course led to the pipe bomb. You have Rey Mysterio over here. Cool shot. And then finally, the Raw after WrestleMania 28. The Rock addressing the WWE Universe. Triple threat match for the U.S. title. CM Punk and Mark Henry for the WWE title. Zack Ryder versus The Miz. And then, of course, we have the return of Brock Lesnar to finish off the box set here. And we do get some cool artwork. You have CM Punk and Mark Henry there. You have your ladder match. You have Edge. And then Brock Lesnar F5ing John Cena. Rey Mysterio and Chris Jericho. You have Undertaker. And then your Razor Ramon and 1-2-3 Kid. So, you know, this obviously is a must-have for any fan. I really hope they do this with SmackDown eventually. Maybe they will, I'm not sure, but it'd be really cool if they did. But I hope you guys enjoyed. Let me know what you guys think of this one. And this has been the DVD Freak. Peace out.